Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Hello, Chargers. We're looking forward to meeting you and welcome you to Chatfield. Today, we're going to provide you the necessary information to register for your classes during the 2021-2022 school year. To locate the information guide, you will go to the Chatfield homepage. Under Academics, go to Registration and click Freshman Registration. It will take you to this link, where you will find tons of information about the school and about all of the classes that you can take. What I really want to highlight today is the pathways for each subject. Here you will find a flow chart that shows the step-by-step progression as well as the prerequisites for the classes that you're eligible to take. Definitely review that. Include a parent, include a guardian, a trusted adult, and make sure that you're clear and ready to go with the classes that you want to choose. Unlike middle school, your counselor in high school will be with you the entire time during your 4 years. I have the alphabet A through DA. Mrs. Rowling has DE through HR. Mr. Byers, HU through ME. Mr. Taylor, MI through SC, Ms. Dobson, SE through Z. Mrs. Hampton is our social worker and works with students with IEPs, and Ms. Rarick is our social emotional learning specialist who helps provide resources and information for students, families, and staff regarding healthy emotional development.
Hello, future Chargers. I'm Mrs. Dobson. I'm just going to highlight a few other things in that information guide that Mr. Falk just showed you. These are things that ninth graders and their families typically wonder about when they're getting ready to come to high school. The first thing we want to talk about is graduation requirements. We're going to be talking about the credits that you need in order to graduate from high school. If you look at that first bullet point, you'll see graduation requirements +1. And later on in this presentation, another counselor will be talking about what that +1 is. If you're interested in graduating as a distinguished scholar or valedictorian or salutatorian, that decision and those habits start from the very first day of high school and the very first class that you take. And so if you're interested in seeing what that criteria is, please make sure you check that out in the information guide as well. If you're thinking about playing sports in college, Division I or Division II, look at the NCAA approved courses. Those are the ones that we offer at Chatfield that you'll be required to take or needing to take in order to participate in the NCAA sports. Also, higher education admissions recommendations are listed in the information guide, and these are just recommendations from colleges across Colorado on what high school students should have taken in high school in order to be an eligible candidate for college admissions. Overall, the thing we want to stress the most is that the decisions that you're making now when you're choosing classes for high school are very important. They affect everything from the very first day you walk in the building to the day you graduate and even after graduation. We want you to make these decisions carefully and talk with the people in your life who are involved. And we want you to also be aware of our scheduling policy. Chatfield is very unique because we offer classes based off of your interests. So what you sign up for is hopefully what we can offer, whereas other high schools just have a set list of things that they can offer to students. So we take it very seriously when you make your decisions, which means when you make a choice, most of the time, you're in it to win it. You have that on your schedule. And we'll be talking about the schedule change policy a little bit later on in this presentation as well. The graduation requirements for you to graduate from high school are as follows: 4 years of English, 3.5 years of social studies, 3 years of science, 3 years of math, a half a year of physical education, a half a year of fine arts or CTE, and 8.5 elective credits. You are required to complete all 23 of these credits, plus an additional requirement that we will talk about later in order to graduate from high school.
Hi, Charger Nation. Mr. Byers here, counselor, letters HU through ME. Any of my people out there? Hello. Hey, Ms. Dobson touched on this +1, and this is a little bit of what it looks like, and I'm going to talk through it just a little bit. As your guidance counselor, one of the things that we want to do is spend as much time with you talking about what we need to do to get toward graduation, credit counts, and those type of things. This is one that we will talk about over the next couple years with you. Some things to think about this for now on a level of proficiency is ways to earn this proficiency. As a school, we offer more concurrent enrollment classes than any school in the other school in the district. We actually offer concurrent enrollment classes to freshmen. A concurrent enrollment class is one way to get this proficiency. ACT, SAT, great ways as well. I know as 8th graders, you had a tour one way or the other of Warren Tech. Warren Tech programs offer certifications in industry, and those certificates can sure help you meet this as well. I don't want to overload you for now. We'll come back to it as counselors with you, and we'll talk about it in the future. Really, the question is, how many classes do students need to choose? Ms. Dobson went over credits and those type of things, so you know those. Here, students must select 12 semester-long class requests and 4 alternative elective requests. Your alternatives are important. So that's 6 classes per semester. Required classes, English 9, science, math, and social studies. And within that, there's a couple different levels you could choose. Keep in mind, English is going to be 2 semesters. You'll pick first semester and you'll pick second semester. Electives. I sure hope you'll take some time and make some good mindful decisions about electives. World language, fine arts, CTE classes, or PE. Just please ponder the fact that fine arts class as well as a PE class are required to graduate. As a guidance counselor, I'd love you to get those things taken care of your freshman year if possible. That gives you the next 3 years to really focus on those electives you want to explore, maybe electives that might help you out with what you want to do in life and your pathway there. Keep in mind, each class counts for 0.5 credit. This begins your official high school transcript, which is what we spend a bit of time talking about with you. I've got a graphic that might help that out. Let's look at this next slide. In a way, this just helps you plan this out. We've got semester 1 and semester 2. You will take English 9 and English 9, English 9 honors, English 9 honors. Math as well, first semester and second semester. Science, you've got a few choices there, but you'll have a science class first semester and second semester. Same with social studies. And then you can start thinking about your electives. And in a way, this really helps us because if for some reason an elective you want, like an art class, like pottery, one of our most popular, gets filled by seniors and juniors, and unfortunately you don't get in that class, we look straight to your first elective choice and fill it in there. If any other scheduling issue comes up, we usually go straight to your alternative class, and we kind of fill those in from there. We'll figure out a lunch and we'll go from there. It'd be nice to take this sheet, put it in your hand, and start filling those classes in now when you have a conversation with your teacher or your parent or somebody that can give you good advice. If you've had an older brother or sister or cousin or anybody that's come here that you know, those people are always good to ask as well. Again, I'm Mr. Byers. Mr. Taylor's up next, going to talk to you a little bit as well. You guys take care.
All right. Hello, all. I'm going to talk to you about how to fill out your Google Forms. It is new this year, so we're learning along with you a little bit. We have changed the process so that you can fill out a Google form. What we want is that planning guide that Mr. Byers went over to cover the exact same as what you fill out on the Google form. That way you know what you signed up for, and we have a copy of it as well. We, as counselors, are going to take this Google form and hand enter it into your Infinite Campus, and we hold on to it for future reference. So, for example, if you come talk to us next year and you say, hey, I did not sign up for theater, I have a deep fear of talking in front of people. We have the ability to look at the form that you filled out, and if you signed up for it, that's what you're going to take. So make sure that you're taking the time to fill out this in a very intelligent and thoughtful way. As we've mentioned several times, you have to sign up for your cores, your English, your math, your social studies, and your science. Refer to the information guide to learn about courses, the prerequisites for those courses, the fees for those courses, and what to expect when you take those different classes. So who are the resources that you have to help you sign up for this? Mr. Byers covered this a little bit. It is your teachers, your counselors, your parents, your older siblings, anybody who's gone through the course before or feels like have a good understanding of what the course is about is a good person to talk about. Also, somebody who knows you well, knows your interests, knows your abilities. These are great people to talk about. If you're feeling overwhelmed in middle school, we definitely recommend holding off on world language for at least your freshman year. It is not required to graduate, but is highly recommended for students who are looking at college and beyond. All right, we want to cover a couple specialty courses that we offer here at Chatfield that are really pretty neat. AMPT is a 2-period course each semester. So it covers your Algebra 1 and it covers your one of your electives. The 2 elective credits that you get there are actually college level business courses, which is pretty neat. This course allows you to have a real life business math application. They develop and design t-shirts and hats and different very cool things. They have a printing press that they use, and then they try to determine supply and demand, how many shirts to make, how much money to sell those shirts for in order to make a profit. It's pretty neat. We highly recommend this as a student who is entering high school at the Algebra 1 level. If you are taking Algebra 1 at the middle school level and are interested in geometry next year, we also offer geometry and construction. Geometry and construction, again, is a 2-period course each semester. One of them covers your math credit and the other one will cover one of your electives. This is real life geometry, showing you how geometry works in relation to construction and development. Part of this program, they build a house for Habitat for Humanity. Very neat, very cool stuff.
All right, I'm going to take over here. I'm Miss Rolling, counselor for the students with last names beginning DE through HR. And so this is the process. This is the very first step in the process. The second step in the process is those great conversations that you're going to have with your teachers, parents, guardians, or trusted adults. The third step being filling out that academic planner. Step 4, filling out the Google form. And step 5, asking any questions that you might have. So today starts your high school career. How exciting. And what this shows, the transcript is letters on a page, and everyone knows you are more than the letters on the page. But what that shows prospective employers, colleges, military academies, or branches of the military is how well you are able to manage different pieces of your life. So as you've heard us say probably 50 times in this presentation, be very thoughtful about your selections. Don't choose everything that your friend chooses. Make sure you're looking at things that you want to explore for a career or maybe a major in college, and make very thoughtful choices. You've heard us talk about the schedule adjustment policy. As Ms. Dobson said, if you're selecting a class, be prepared to be in it to win it. Not because we're being mean and crabby, but because what makes Chatfield unique, as Ms. Dobson said, is our investment. Instead of saying, here, students, fit yourself into our box, we ask teachers, what are you most passionate about teaching? We ask students, what do you want to take? And then we invest teacher time, we invest purchasing of materials, we invest all sorts of resources in giving students the opportunity to take in high school things that help them be successful post-high school. So you have 1 week to make these thoughtful decisions and to have these conversations starting today. Maybe it's that you take the academic planner that you were handed during this presentation right to your next period teacher and have those conversations. Take it home tonight, take out the academic planner, go to the information guide, and look through the different options that are available to you. So recommendations are very important. Again, those trusted conversations so that you make a well thought out, informed decision. Math, we hear over and over again that longitudinal success in math is based on the Algebra 1 foundation. If you are currently in Algebra 1, please have a thoughtful and candid conversation with your math teacher about your preparedness to enter geometry your freshman year. We want to make sure that you are successful if you are college bound all 4 years in Chatfield, or if you are not college bound, we want to make sure that you are able to feel successful in the 3 years of math necessary for graduation. So please talk about your math readiness, and please be aware of that firm foundation in Algebra 1. Same for your world language teacher. If you are wondering about your academics, adding a world language class is a lot like adding a 5th core class. So if you think about a 5th class of English, math, science, or social studies, and so if you would like to maybe not bite that off right away, that's okay. You can still hit the requirements for world language and college admissions starting as a sophomore. If you are very interested in world language, if that's a passion for you, please start as a freshman, because when you get to Spanish 4 and Spanish 5, you can earn a lot of college credits. We talk about concurrent enrollment. Concurrent enrollment is college credit through one of our local community colleges. So that's the difference between college credit and AP, or concurrent enrollment and AP. Concurrent enrollment, if you pass the class, you have that college transcript, and you will be well on your way to having a minor in a foreign language if you continue on in college. So pros and cons to taking a world language right off the bat. Again, talk to your parents, talk to your world language teacher, and see if that's a good fit for you. For social studies, you have the opportunity to take an AP class as a freshman, which is awesome. This is a very accessible AP class. It is AP Human Geography. AP classes come with a $95 test fee, or at least it's $95 this year. That $95 test allows you to have a score housed in College Board that when you are applying to colleges may give you some college credit. For social studies, there are 2 classes that need to be completed. It is World Geography and US Government. AP Human Geography is a year long, so we'll swing back and pick up that government credit a little bit later. There is an application for AP Human Geography. It's not a cut or elimination application. It's a personal statement about why you feel like you're a good fit for an AP class as a freshman, and a writing sample. And the writing sample, again, is not for elimination purposes. It's just to allow the teacher to see your strengths and how she can build on those strengths. So again, if you're interested in taking an AP class, if you love history, I really suggest AP Human Geography. For science, you have 3 options. If you see, the first option is biology honors right there in the science bullet. If you are in geometry or higher, you may also take biology honors. Anything with an honors designation behind it means it's going to go a little bit faster. There's going to be a little bit more independence in the course. So particularly geometry honors is another one that's very rigorous, very fast moving. And if you are an independent learner, that's going to be a good fit for you, because there's going to be more exploration and task completion independently as opposed to in class. So geometry or higher, biology honors is an option for you. You can self-select into biology as a freshman, just regular biology, which is great. You could also self-select into 2 semester-long courses, physical science being pre-physics and natural science being pre-chemistry. So you get to choose. You can take biology as a freshman and then physical or natural science to figure out if you want to have physics in your long-term view, or if you want to move to chemistry and what your readiness level is there. So those are options available for science. Please have your parents involved in this process. I know we've said it a lot of times, but we cannot stress that enough. I don't think your parents would want to be surprised if you have all honors and AP classes and need a lot of extra time and support. Maybe you have to balance out some other different things with their help. So please involve them in a process as your teachers, as other students, other trusted people to give you good advice. There will be a representative from Chatfield in your building after this presentation if you have specific questions. Also, please feel free, if you have a question, to reach out to your counselor via email. On the website, there's also a link to digital office hours. We'd love to see you and answer your questions there as well. It is a long and involved process, and it can be kind of scary the first time. So please feel free to reach out with any questions. Again, here's the link to who might your counselor be, and we look forward to working with you.